Today we're working on the Dodge Charger and we're going to be doing sway bar end lengths and the sway bar bushings. This should cover the 2006 through 2010 Dodge Charger, 2005 through 2008 Dodge Magnum, and I think 2005 through 2010 Chrysler 300. Alright, so now that you heard that, it's pretty substantial. We don't have to hit very big of bumps or anything. So we're going to go ahead and take a look. Alright, so we got the front of the car jacked up, and before I take the wheel off, I want to do just a couple checks. First check is going to be grabbing the wheel, going side to side. That should let us know if our tie rods are good or not. I've already done that. Things are good there, and then so this would be 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock check, and then if we do a 12 and 6, that's ball joints. That also feels good. I'll go ahead and get the wheel off, and then we'll take a look at the suspension components. Alright, so I've got the jack stand here. I've got the weight off of the jack and onto the jack stand. Whenever you're testing components like this, you want it in a loaded position, or weight on the suspension. That way it's easier to recreate the situation that you've got in the car. So I have checked this bushing. Everything seems fine there. This bushing back here, checked it. And how you can check that is take a pry bar like this, and where these joints are, just get up there and put some pressure on it. And the only area that I'm finding any issue is with the sway bar end links. They seem to be loose, and when you have that situation up here in the socket right here, that ball is most likely hitting. So what I think I'm going to order on this for this car is the sway bar end links, both sides. I'm still going to check out the other side. And this bushing, the actual sway bar bushing, or anti-sway bar, it looks fine. There's no gaps, there's no cracks. So I think I'm going to leave that for now. If we change the sway bar end links and still have issues, then then we'll maybe go that route. But like I said, I'm going to check the other side, but for now I'm going to go ahead and order the sway bar end links, and I'll put a link in the description for the ones I bought for this. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. We're going to change out the sway bar end links. Alright, for the passenger side, or the driver's side, I took a different approach. I just brought it up on ramps and thought I would check everything from here. And again, the only thing that is really showing any signs of wear is the sway bar end links. So I'm going to go ahead and order those, and then when we come back we will be installing them. Alright, well, we ordered the sway bar end links. They've come in. I'm getting ready to take the old ones off. I've already sprayed PB Blast on them just for a couple minutes now. One thing that I really didn't notice before is they've actually positioned these to where you can get an impact on them, and I can't say that that happens all the time, so I'm pretty happy about that. And these are a 21 millimeter. Well, guess I was excited for nothing. Alright, so we're going to try a different approach. It's similar. We have a 10 millimeter socket on this impact, and we have a 21 millimeter wrench, and we'll see if we can make something happen. Well, looks like that was successful. Let's do the other one. Alright, so obviously this is the old one, this one's the new one. Based on the way this appears, the washer will be on this side, and then just the nut on the outer side. So let's go ahead and throw it in there. And these bolts, or the nuts that come with them, are also 21s. So we'll run these on with the impact. Alright, so I'll put the torque spec on the screen so everybody's got the torque spec on it. I will torque them down, and we'll move on to the other side. We've got the sway bar end links on, and I have bad news. They did not fix the problem. It did seem to help a little bit, but we're going to move on to my next suspicion, and that is the sway bar bushings themselves. Alright, so I'm about to jack up the car, and as you can see, I'm kind of focused on the sway bar bushing. And hopefully you can see what I see when I start to jack the car up. Did you see the movement in the sway bar bushing? And that's just from barely, jacking it up. So you can see there that that is in pretty bad shape. So we're going to be changing the sway bar bushing. Alright, you can see it's actually quite a gap in there. I'm not sure why I didn't see this before, but we're going to take and put the weight back on the suspension. Okay, and we'll go ahead and see what we're going to need to get this bushing changed out. I believe that screw is an 8mm, and then we'll find out what the bolts are that hold that bracket on. Okay, it also looks like if we look at the other one, there is a screw on the other side, but this is such a thin piece of metal, I'm just going to push it out of the way. Should be a 15mm. Yeah, perfect. Get this old bushing off of here. Okay. Being a funny guy here. I'm gonna spray some anti-rust, some rust inhibitor on there. So this is fluid film. There's a guy I watch a lot, South Main Auto Channel. He uses this stuff. He lives in an area where rust is very common, and being in the Midwest, it's not terrible here. It's definitely worse than the South and the West, but it can be worse in other places. So here's the new one. The split is here. It looks like we'll probably have that at the top because these nubs need to go front and rear. So I think we'll end up putting it in there just like this. And you can see these are Moog bushings, so hopefully they hold up longer than these original ones. The original ones are notorious for going bad on these cars. If anyone has a trick on how to split these open to get them on, I'd like to know. I think we're almost there. Okay. Well, I think we're in for another trick here, trying to get these, trying to get this ran down. I'm gonna run this on just a little bit, make sure we're grabbing. Okay. Go to the top, get that bolt started. Alright, the internet says 44 foot-pounds. Alright, so we've got this one done. I'll change the other one. We'll take it for a drive and we'll see if the noise is gone. I'm thinking it probably will be. Hang tight and we'll get the other one changed out. Just want to pop back on here and show you I got the passenger side done. When I took it for a drive, after doing the driver's side, I had to back it out of the garage to move it over. I took it for a short little drive and the thunking went away. So I think that one was the bad one, but I believe something like this is always good to do in pairs. Now the sway bar end links are replaced, as well as the sway bar bushings, and the car rides like new. So we've taken care of the clunk that came from the front, and I think that was probably 2/3 of the reason that the previous owner got rid of the car. You know, I think she was able to deal with check engine lights and stuff like that, but the clunk, I think, was the final straw that got her. The next video coming out, I think, is on the front brakes. So if you need to do front brakes, I've got those coming. If this video was helpful to you, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. I'd be happy to try to help answer any questions you might have, and hopefully you'll stick around and watch some more videos.